Yesterday it was 55 and I was wearing a stocking cap and a turtleneck. Today it's 85. Welcome to Wisconsin. Come on, Fern. Hop on out. I guess I remember now how much pandemonium there was last year when I tried that for the first time. It's all coming back to me. Good morning. Well, it's actually almost noon already. After setting up all that fence yesterday, I started thinking about it and I realized I have to vaccinate all of the does that have kids on them right now. I've got my hoof trimmings chute here that I use to sort them as they go through. So I have not put them out on pasture yet today, so they're pissed. So my hope is that I can put it in the doorway and they'll voluntarily come through because it's going to be the only way they can get out to pasture. I'm sure there will be some that I have to set up some gates and push them through, but I'm hoping the majority of the group that works. So I've got my clipboard. I'm going to, as they go through, vaccinate the ones that need it, and then also mark them for what group they're getting sorted into tomorrow. I have 3 very, very small breeding groups that I'm sorting through. I'm using my brand new buckling that I saved, the little guy that I bought in December, and then one of my homegrowns from last year. I don't have any kids on the ground yet from him, but I have does that are pregnant with his kids. We added a vaccination to our protocol. Right now, the only thing we've ever used is a CD&T. So what we've added is a chlamydia vaccination. I've had a handful of just really weak kids being born, or sets of like twins or triplets where like one's a mummy, one is like full term, and then one seems a little premature, which that's not like super abnormal. That happens, but that's also like a pretty telltale like chlamydia characteristic. And with this spring kidding, I had just a few of them born dead. I did have one mummy, and then just a handful, not even a handful, just a few weak kids. So I started saving placentas and I saved the mummy, and I did send those in for testing and all of them were clear. We, as of now, have no confirmed cases of chlamydia. But after discussing it with my vet, she said, you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to add it to your protocol. You're getting to a size now, you know, my goal is to close the herd, but I'm still probably going to be buying in a few bucks over the next couple of years until I can get enough different family lines. And then the reality is, how long can you truly close it for, right? So she said, your best line of defense right now is add that in. We can always change course later. I added that, but what happened was I already had a group bred that didn't get it, and those are all due in August. My next group was ready to breed in 30 days. But the first time they get the vaccine, it's actually a series of 2, and then you can booster every year pre-breeding. So I had to push my breeding back, the ones that are going to be bred now. This is 30 days later. I had finally gotten all my dates and my groups dialed in to where I wanted them, and now I've had to push them back, which of course means now then I'm going to have almost no time between my fall and my winter breeding group. So it really complicates my breeding schedule, but I do think it was the right choice. The way chlamydia starts to show up in a herd, you'll see just a few cases, then the next time it'll be 30%, and then the next time it'll be just an abortion storm, and we want to prevent that from happening. The vaccine itself is relatively cheap. It's cheap insurance for me right now, so I need to now just think that much further ahead, because I want to, these ones that have kids on them now, I want to be rebreeding them in 60 days. So that means they need their first vaccination now, and then their second one in 30 days, so that they're ready to go in the bucks when I need them to. So we will continue to test anytime I see something off. even though we're vaccinating, that's still not 100% protection. So anytime I have a questionable kid or I see a mummy or anything like that, I will continue to send them in, because if we do have it in our herd, I want to know, because I want to be able to be honest with a buyer. If I'm selling livestock and I know that they have a clean herd and no chlamydia in it, like, I'm not going to sell animals to them. So I want to be upfront. We're going to continue to test until like we know we have pretty good confirmation either way. So this is the type of gun I use. I actually don't like this one. I find this one hard, like it's really wide and I find it really difficult to squeeze. But I can set it to however big of a dose I want, and then every time I press the trigger, it gives me exactly that amount. Other thing I'm gonna do, I thought of it when I ran in the barn. There's like 3 or 4 of them in here that have some leg mites that they're still dealing with. So I'm just gonna dose them up right away while I'm running them through. All right, I'm just cooling down a little bit. So I was baking in the sun. Yesterday it was 55 and I was wearing a stocking cap and a turtleneck, and today it's 85. So welcome to Wisconsin. I don't know if I caught any of that. I turned around like halfway through and my camera was on the ground, so we'll see what I got for you. Good morning. All right, it is moving day. We need to get the majority of our does from the shed down there up to the neighbor's property, way up past the woods and up the hill. I had the goats in this section yesterday to eat up all the weeds, and so while I normally don't have like a lane for them, it's already 3/4 of the way set up, so I'm just going to put 3 more posts in to bring it over to the lane to kind of help direct them. Then we don't have far to go without a lane. Come girls.
Let's go. Up, 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 up. Let's go.
Come girls, come girls. pretty good. We only had one left behind, so I just brought it up on the four-wheeler. Those three youngest ones, I'm actually shocked that they followed because they don't even go out to the pasture yet normally. So they're doing pretty good. Mira's lurking in the shadows over there. Mira, you want to come in by them? Mira, come. Our dogs don't have much of a job in winter. And then getting them back into working in summer, they kind of get spoiled. Mira, over here. She's like, yeah, I'm trying to get away from this grass. Come. Come. In. Mira. In. Go. All right. Good girl. I probably won't make her stay in here all day. I mean, really, I just need them in here at night. They can sleep in the shade during the day. Mira, you look like you stuck your finger in a light socket. She's shutting out, so she looks real wonky. I'm gonna have to get water up here, and at some point today I will have to set up the creep. I might actually have to wait until tomorrow because I'm not sure how I'm gonna get in here without them running out. I'll figure that out. I have my dozen does down there sorted out for breeding groups, so I'm gonna have to get the collars off the bucks, get the collars on some of the does to collar train, and then move them all. I have fence set up in all corners of the property. So I'm only gonna have 2 bucks with collars on down in the gully. I'm gonna be training a few does with a buck that's already trained to the GPS collars. Then I'm gonna have another set down in back. That's gonna take longer than it sounds like it should. I've got Fern in the back of my car. I'm gonna run her to the back pasture. She wouldn't follow us. So I lead everybody with a bucket of grain, and it always works just fine, except for she could hear the few that were back at the barn screaming, and she couldn't decide who she wanted to follow or where she wanted to go. My husband's still home, so I had him help me lift her up and throw her in the back of the car here. They really struggle when you break up the herd into breeding groups. I guess I remember now how much pandemonium there was last year when I tried that for the first time. It's all coming back to me. Come on, Fern. Hop on out. Go find your friends. Oh, he thinks she's pretty already. Alright, I just put the buckling in here. We chased him up and I totally forgot to chase the buck up with him. There. He could hear him, but he couldn't see him. So this pen, we haven't had anything in yet. These are just 2 tiny little pens I have up here as holding areas if I need to separate. So I'm gonna leave them locked in this pen for a day, and then I'll let them out. I've got this all fenced in, and this whole area, and they'll eat everything down around it. There. So this is his maiden voyage. Just a nice little group to start with. I just gotta show you guys this. So this morning, when I needed to pull those bucks out of the front to sort for breeding, I removed all of the bucks from this pasture on my app. I didn't want to just pull the 3 that I needed and then have the other 2 follow, and then they were going to get shocked because they were going to feel like they were left out. So I removed them all, brought them over, put them in a pen. Once I got the ones sorted out that I needed, I put them back in the pasture on my app. We walk back here, they're good to go. So now I've got these 2 bucks. So I have them mowing down our front yard. I think I talked about, this was all re-excavated last year, and I planted a little bit of winter wheat and seed. It was a rough winter, so a lot of it didn't work out. So they're eating this down right now. The bucks have been up here for a couple days, and I had them coming right up to the house, and then I had a poly wire across post to post. Well, 2 of those punks decided or realized that that poly wire wasn't electric, and they were jumping over it, and that little brown one kept coming up on the porch and trying to sleep up there, and I was like, I don't want that. So I moved their line away from the house, so they all had to sleep farther up last night. I mean, you would think they would like go in the trees where they're undercover, but no, they all wanted to be, well, because they know that's where mom is, right? That's why they're by the house. So I was in the house eating lunch before, and all I heard was his collar toning over and over and over and over. I was like, oh my gosh. So like an hour ago, I thought, how many times has he been toned today? It's got to be like 30 or 40. He was at like 80. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. So now you can see all day he's been trying and trying and trying, and he keeps like turning this way, and then he gets to like right here and it tones him, and then he goes back. So I just extended the line back up to the house so he won't continue to get toned, and that they can sleep kind of under the roof line again tonight like they want. But let's see where he is at. He is at 98 tones for the day. His battery actually has only gone down like 2%, which is shocking to me, because he's going for 100. He's trying to set a record here. So his new pasture boundary just registered, so I am not sure if he knows now yet that he can get close to the house, but I'm sure as soon as he does, he will be super excited. Right, Buckaroo? I'm walking up the dogs. Phyllis thinks she's gonna be a guard dog tonight too. Come on, Badge. Everybody say good night. Good night.